Every shadow holds a dark secret. But the truth always leaves a scar. Welcome to True Crime Chronicles.
Content warning. This video may contain discussions of murder and/or child abuse. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Aloha, and welcome back to True Crime Chronicles. We often think of paradise as a place of escape, a refuge from the troubles of the world. But sometimes the darkest shadows fall in the most beautiful places. Today, we're traveling to the Garden Isle of Kauaʻi to unravel a mystery that has haunted the community for over a decade. A story of a dream life turned into a nightmare. A vibrant woman whose light was extinguished, and a suspect who vanished into thin air only to be charged years later. This is the case of Amber Jackson. Amber Jackson was a woman who lived life on her own terms. Originally from California, she fell in love with the Hawaiian Islands during her vacations, and in the year 2000, made the bold decision to turn her dream into reality. She moved to Kauaʻi permanently, fully embracing the island's natural beauty and aloha spirit. She was known for her generosity, her quick wit, and her dedication to helping others. A true free spirit, she found joy in the simple things, walking her dogs, tending to her garden, and growing fruit. Professionally, she was a beloved secretary at the Kauaʻi office of the Hawaiʻi State Teachers Association. Her former colleagues later shared a tribute, saying, and I quote, "Her previous work with Legal Aid, the Marin County Treatment Center, and the Marin Services for Women illustrate the type of person she was. Amber's dedication, sense of humor, and kind ways will be missed by all who knew and cared for her." For 10 years, Kauaʻi was her home. She had built a beautiful life there. That idyllic existence was about to come to a sudden and violent end. It was June of 2010, on the evening of June 23rd. A friend called Amber to change the date of their regular Friday dinner plans. It was a simple, routine call. But when Amber failed to show up at the restaurant the next day, her friends became deeply concerned. They went to her home in Kapahi. Her car was still parked in the driveway. Inside, her purse and her cell phone were left untouched. The woman who had built a life on this island was simply gone. A missing person report was filed on June 24, 2010. For 10 agonizing days, there were no answers. Her friends and family could only wait and pray. Then, on July 3rd, a pig hunter's dogs made a gruesome discovery in a remote wooded ravine in an area called Keālia. It was Amber. Her body was badly decomposed, hidden in a place so isolated, it was clear she was never meant to be found. An autopsy would later confirm the worst. She had died from blunt force trauma to the head. She had been brutally assaulted. Amber Jackson was gone, and the hunt for her killer was just beginning. Investigators quickly began piecing together Amber's life, looking for anyone who might have wanted to harm her. 2 men immediately became persons of interest. The first was a man named Gregory Glazer. Amber and Greg had formed a romantic relationship, but it had deteriorated badly, so much so that Amber wanted to return to California to create distance between them. Glazer had a troubled past, including a 6-year stint in federal prison for crystal meth. Friends described him as having odd behavior and a violent temper. At the time of her death, he had been living in a yurt on Amber's property, a tenant and a former boyfriend. But there was another suspect, a man named Rick. His neighbor became suspicious due to a series of strange behaviors around the time of Amber's disappearance. Rick had begged his neighbor to help him burn his truck, claiming he had inadvertently hit a boat with it. He also gave a false report to the police. But what was perhaps most chilling was what the neighbor observed inside that truck. A pair of women's shoes that did not belong to him sitting in the passenger seat. However, This lead, like so many others, remained unresolved. As the investigation continued, the case became a labyrinth. Police confirmed that Amber's murder was an isolated incident and had no connection to the murders of 2 women and a violent attack on another that had happened on West Kauaʻi in 2000. Years passed, the case grew cold. Amber's family and friends, desperate for answers, formed a group called the Amber Jackson Justice Group. They offered a $20,000 reward for any information that would lead to an arrest and conviction. But for over 15 years, justice remained frustratingly elusive. Then, in a stunning development, on December 23, 2025, the Kauaʻi Police Department announced they had obtained an arrest warrant. The suspect was Gregory Glazer. After 15 long years, he was finally charged with Amber Jackson's murder in the 2nd degree. His bail was set at a staggering $1 million. But there was a problem. They can't find him. It appears Glazer may have been one step ahead all along. Police noted he left Kauaʻi almost immediately after Amber's body was found back in 2010. More recently, he was known to be on Hawaiʻi Island. In fact, he was officially reported missing in April 2025, months before the warrant was even issued. He was last seen in the Hawaiian Acres subdivision. Police are now urgently seeking the public's help to locate him. So, who is this man? Gregory Glazer is a 57-year-old Caucasian male. He stands approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs about 160 pounds. He has brownish gray hair and brown eyes, and he has a distinct dot tattoo on his abdomen. He was last seen on Hawaiʻi Island and is believed to have ties to the area. The Amber Jackson Justice Group and her family are pleading with the community for help. In a recent post on their Facebook page, We Can't Forget Amber Jackson, they shared this urgent message. Please come forward with any information about Gregory Glazer, past or present. No detail is too small or insignificant. If you know anything about the whereabouts of Gregory Glazer, or if you have any information that could finally bring closure to this 16-year investigation, you are urged to come forward. Both Apple and Android devices. You can contact Sergeant Silva directly at 808-241-1908. You can also reach the Kauaʻi Police Dispatch at 808-241-1711. If you wish to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers Kauaʻi at 808-24683-LL. You can also submit a tip online at crimestopperskauai.org, or you can download and use the P3 Tips mobile app, available for both Apple and Android devices. Amber Jackson was a woman who lived her dream. She gave so much to her community and to the people she loved. She was a free spirit, a guiding light, and a friend to many. She deserves justice. Her family, her friends, and an entire island are still waiting for answers. If you know something, please speak up. It is never too late to do the right thing. Thanks for watching True Crime Chronicles. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay compassionate, and keep seeking truth.